I just have to say it was so cute. As I saw you walk into the newsroom, there was, 7 guys who usually are not typically standing where they were standing, and this is just something I'm assuming that you're used to in life, that we all kind of not oogle, but I don't know what the right word is, but it's just that's a way of life for you, I suppose, because you have so many fond memories for all of us.
I think that's great. To be in a position that I can evoke good feelings in anybody, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And I would hope that I'm not all into myself where I'm paying a lot of attention to that. So no, I don't really pay a lot of attention to it. That being said, I appreciate.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I have twins, 4-year-old. They don't know who Wonder Woman is from Next, but they know that there's something called a Wonder Woman because we were having a play date yesterday, and my little girl was Wonder Woman with the Wonder Woman doll. We're at some friend's house. I'm like, how do you know?
Yeah.
And they don't because they've never seen, but they just know that it's a superhero.
Oh yeah, the DVDs.
Is that what?
You should get them the DVDs because there isn't anything else. It hasn't been done again, which it needs to be done again.
Was Beyonce, hasn't she said that she wants to do Wonder Woman?
She did, and I think she would be great. I think that she's got a quality about her that it is the right quality, and that is vulnerability and sensitivity and a goodness. That's how she projects herself, that there's a goodness.
There's goodness.
And an accessibility. Mm-hmm. So I think that's something the character needs.
And would you have anything to do with if there was a remake, whether it was a movie or a TV show? Would you have your hand in that in somehow? Or?
No, it's always somebody else that's at the helm of those kinds of things, and oftentimes they don't really want to know what the actor that played the part before, what they have to say about it, even though I probably know more about it than almost anybody.
Right.
But that being said, everyone has their own vision, and I respect that.
The voice, such a beautiful voice. The album, it comes out in June. Tell me a little bit about kind of, your inspiration for the album, what it's about.
I went back to singing about 3.5 years ago. My son was going off to college, and the opportunity came about, and so I decided to do it again. Originally, I was just going to put a little album out, and then there was so much interest that I really didn't want to put that one out. So I went to Nashville and started recording some other ones, and now it's really a compilation of 2 different albums, and with a sound that I think is unique. And as I rediscovered some of the nuances and how it is that I want to approach songs, then as I rediscovered that's how things change. I'm ready to do another one now because this was about 2 years in the making, and so it's coming out finally in June. And oddly enough, it's called At Last. So At Last is appropriate.
But you went to Nashville. Does it have a country flair to it?
No.
Or is it a jazz? What type of a?
It reflects me. It is not. It's definitely not country. But the country, the Nashville players have an openness to their approach to music that you find only there. And LA has its own thing. New York has its own thing. And I was looking, my roots are Arizona. That's where I grew up.
I worked in Yuma, Arizona, my first job.
God.
I know, right?
So I'm, it's got an openness to it. There's a lot of bluesy stuff in it. But it isn't, I don't think it's like any other album that I can think of myself.
What radio station would we listen to hear it, do you think? What would be type of a radio station would we find it on?
Oh, God. I don't. Everyone always wants to box me, and I don't know. I can't help them.
That's good. Well, then that's
you know,
good.
I just can't. People, you know, I'm too tall. I'm too young. I'm too pretty. I'm too this. I'm too that. I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. I'm too. You know, I'm Wonder Woman. I'm Miss USA. I'm Mom. You know, it's just like I can't.
I'm everything. So
well, you know, I'm a work in progress.
Yeah. And what about? Do you have a website where people can follow as far as performances?
Yes, LyndaCarterSings.com.
Okay, LyndaCarterSings.com, because you have the performances the next 3 nights here, right?
Yes.
The 5th through the 7th, and that's at the Catalina Club.
Catalina Jazz Club on Sunset Boulevard.
Okay, so you're going to be there, and then you'll be up in Modesto.
Next I go to Jazz at Lincoln Center.
Okay.
And that will be the following week. Not this weekend, but the following weekend, on the 13th and 14th. And then it's beginning of April, that I'm at the Gallo Center. And then in June, I will be at the Kennedy Center.
Wow. And will you do? You said you already are looking forward to doing another album, so you definitely feel that there's going to be another one.
Oh, yeah. I've already finished. Actually, I finished a live album as well.
Okay.
So I'm. You know, this one isn't out yet, and I'm already on to. You know, you always have to. It's this show that I'm doing this year is a different show than I've done before. There's a lot of new music. I have a new band. It's a lot of the Nashville players, actually almost exclusively Nashville players, and these are all session players. They're very, very experienced players. The bass player is from the legendary rock group Toto.
Okay.
The drummer is one of the greatest drummers. If you look him up on the web, Paul Lime, he's one of the great drummers in the world. Mm-hmm. Blue Lou Marini is my sax player, and he is the blues. He's been with the Blues Brothers band and played Saturday Night Live for 10 years, and you know. These are just the best musicians, and so yeah, all these guys have got platinum and gold albums, and it's a very cool band, and I just have fun. I'm very relaxed. It's not a lot of. As a matter of fact, a lot of people sort of feel like they're in my living room. It's like they start talking to me about this and about that. I go, oh, okay, well. You know,
like
time to move on.
It feels like a fun show. I mean, because people feel like they know you, so it's like having someone in there.
And I talk about Wonder Woman, and I got a few surprises in store for the audience. And we really need people to come, because supporting the arts, a lot of the music and for recording session players is drying up, and the venues can't support themselves, and it's just so important for us not to forget this part. You know, I'm not trying to make a lot of money, Lord knows. I've got the most expensive band.
Yeah. But it seems like it's like a love that you have. This is like your passion.
It
so
is. I have a blast. I mean, I have so much fun. The creative process is really what it's about. It's the freaking joy in and I pulled some songs from Juke Joint, Helen Hume. You know, these that talk about if you're younger, get an old guy with a lot of money. If you're an old lady, get yourself a young guy, and it's irreverent
and fun.
Yeah.
Well, my poor guy just gave me my wrap, so I have to let you go. I know, but really
Thanks
lovely
so
to
much.
talk with you. And again, LyndaCarterSings.com.
Right.
Fantastic. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you can pre-order
the tickets and the album.
The album. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, your